Once again, a very good afternoon, students. So, after completing the theoretical portion, we are going towards the numerical portion. So, fundamental of partnership firms. I already told you, fundamental means here we have to study the basic concept of partnership firms. So, for understanding the basic concepts, first we should have to know about the partnership deed. पढ़ चुके हैं आप ये पहले भी थ्योरी में. So, what partnership deed means? It means a written agreement. Partnership deed means a written agreement between the partners. And what is mentioned in this agreement? Which contain, you can say, rules and regulations, as well as you can use a word terms and conditions. Okay, written agreement between the partner. What is partnership deed? It is a written agreement between the partners which contains rules and regulation or terms and condition of a partnership firm. कि एक पार्टनरशिप फर्म के टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस और रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस मेंशन होते हैं इस पार्टनरशिप डीड में. ठीक है, तो व्हाट आर द रूल्स रेगुलेशन, व्हाट आर द टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस? वी हैव टू फोकस टुवर्ड्स दिस कि क्या क्या रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होते हैं, क्या क्या टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस होती हैं, हमें ये देखना है. सो बिफोर दिस हमने पढ़ा था कि एग्रीमेंट, पार्टनरशिप एग्रीमेंट. So agreement are of two types. One is oral and another one is written. First one is oral, second one is written. In case of oral partnership or oral agreement, interest on capital is payable or not? So it will not be payable to the partners, because in case of oral agreement, interest on capital is not paid due to unavailability of proofs. Similarly, in case of oral agreement, salary, commission, interest on drawing, interest on loan, these things are not payable except this loan. Partnership Act 1932, Partnership Act 1932 says that if there is no information regarding interest on loan, still it will have to be charged at the rate 6% per annum. कि अगर इंटरेस्ट ऑन लोन के बारे में कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है तो भी पार्टनरशिप डीड क्या, पार्टनरशिप एक्ट 1932 क्या कहता है कि हमें 6% इंटरेस्ट चार्ज करना होगा लोन पे. एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स विल नॉट बी पेड और चार्ज इनटू द onto the partners. And rest profit, so profit and loss will be shared between the partners into equal proportion. किस अकॉर्डिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे? इक्वली. डोंट यूज अ वर्ड हाफ. Half means, half word can be used for only two partners. If there are only two partners, then we can use this half word. Suppose if there are four partners, so in that case half means starting के दो partners को ही profit मिल जाएगा, rest will get zero. So that's why we don't need to use half word. Instead of half we will use equally कि profit and loss distributed among the partners equally. Equally को आप 1:1. अब if there are two partners, if there are three, then 1:1:1. In this way you can write equally. And if there is written agreement, then all these things will be charged or payable as per the deed. अगर रिटर्न एग्रीमेंट होगा तो ये सारी चीज़ें इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल, सैलरी, कमीशन, इंटरेस्ट ऑन ड्राइंग, इंटरेस्ट ऑन लोन, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, दीज ऑल थिंग्स विल बी पेड और चार्ज एज पर द डीड और एज पर द एग्रीमेंट. कि जो भी लिखा होगा हमारे एग्रीमेंट में उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम ये सारी चीज़ें चार्ज करेंगे. सो आफ्टर दिस व्हाट आर द टॉपिक्स वी हैव टू स्टडी इन दिस चैप्टर? सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज प्रॉफिट एंड loss appropriation account. Profit and loss appropriation account. Next thing is partners capital account. Partners capital account. Only these two accounts we have to study in this whole chapter. But for understanding these two accounts properly, there are so many small topics which we have to cover first. So what are the topics? First, same, you should have to know the calculation of interest on capital, salary, commission, interest on drawing, interest on loan, profit and loss, etc. So before understanding this profit and loss appropriation account, first we have to understand the calculation of all these 6 points. Without knowing the calculation of these points, we can't proceed towards the profit and loss appropriation account. So first we are going to understand about these things, then we will study what is profit and loss appropriation account and further. So the first topic which we are going to study is interest on capital, calculation of interest on capital. So calculation is simple, you already know. The main thing is sometime capital is given to you on of closing date. Which capital is given to you? Closing capital. While interest on capital is calculated payable, it is payable on opening capital. Which capital? ओपनिंग कैपिटल. इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल हम किस पे पे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? ओपनिंग कैपिटल पे. एंड सम टाइम इन क्वेश्चन देयर इज क्लोजिंग कैपिटल गिवन टू यू. So first you need to calculate the opening capital and then you have to calculate the amount of interest. So what is the formula for calculating opening capital? You already know it. In class 11th you studied a formula in single entry system for calculating the profit, and loss. What was that formula? Formula was closing capital plus drawing minus additional capital minus opening capital. This is the formula. Now what you have to do, you just have to interchange this minus opening capital will be transferred to the left side, so it becomes positive opening capital, and this profit will be transferred to the right side. So this profit is positive at this side, so it will become negative. So the formula will be opening capital equal to closing capital plus drawing minus additional capital minus profit. Or if there is loss, then instead of plus you have to, instead of minus you have to plus that loss. So this is the formula which we will use for calculating the opening capital. Now how to calculate interest on capital? So for that, interest on capital equal to capital into rate upon 100. Simply you have to do this thing, so you will get your interest on capital. So let's take an example. Suppose A and B are partners. They invested rupee 60,000 and rupee 90,000 as their capital on 1st April 2019. Interest is payable at the rate 8% per annum. calculate interest on capital of A and B. So this one is very simple example, you can easily solve it. So what you have to do in this case, interest on capital of A, we are going to calculate interest on capital of A. So what I told you earlier, कि for interest on capital we have to take capital into rate upon 100. And one thing is also, book closes in question, book closes on 31st March every year. So interest on capital, so write down the amount of capital. So capital of A, we are going to calculate the interest on capital of A. So A and B are partners, rupees 60,000 and 90,000 as their capital invested, sorry. So capital of A is 60,000 into rate upon 100. So rate of interest is payable at the rate 8%. So rate of interest is 8% per annum. So read the question carefully. There is no special information that they bring further capital or anything else. क्वेश्चन में कहीं ऐसा नहीं लिखा है कि पार्टनर्स कुछ एक्स्ट्रा पैसा लेके आए हैं साल के बीच में या उन्होंने कुछ विड्रॉ किया है. सो दैट्स वाई नो नीड टू use any months, any detail about months. Simply you just have to calculate the 8%. So 600 into 8, that will be 4800 is the amount of interest on capital of A. Same you have to calculate for B. You can calculate it. It will become 9 8 72. So for B it will be 97200. So take the next example. Suppose in this example, same A and B partners, capital is still same, 60,000 and rupee 90,000. And what question says, this capital is on 1st April 2019. A brought rupee 10,000 as additional capital and B brought rupee 1,000 as additional capital on 1st July 2019. Same, books close on 31st March every year. Interest on capital, IOC in short. IOC is payable at the rate, suppose this time 10%. So calculate interest on capital of both the partners. So what you have to do in this case, read the question carefully. Here are some extra information is given, like A brought rupee 10,000 as additional capital. A 10,000 रुपये और लेके आया है. एंड बी ब्रॉट रुपी 1,000 एज एडिशनल कैपिटल. बी 1,000 रुपये लेके आया है. बट ये दोनों कब लेके आए हैं पैसा? तो दिस अमाउंट इज ब्रॉट ऑन 1st July 2019 एंड बुक्स क्लोज ऑन 31st March every year. So how to solve it? So first, same, interest on capital of A. So what was the capital of A? 60,000. And what is the rate of interest this time? It is 10%. So 10% of 60,000 will be 6,000. And A also brought rupee 10,000 as additional capital. So on this additional capital also we have to charge 10%. But this 10% amount is brought on 1st July. कब लेके आया था ये 10,000 अमाउंट? 1st July पे. एंड व्हाट इज द क्लोजिंग डेट ऑफ बुक्स? दैट इज 31st March. So from July to March there are 9 months. So we have to calculate interest on additional capital for 9 months only. So 1 year has 12 months, so that's why it will be divided by 12. 9 upon 12, 4 months. So solve it. 3, 4, 250 into 3, 750. So 750 will be the interest on additional capital. So the total interest will become 6750. This is interest on capital of A. So same for B, interest on capital of B. So what is the capital of B? That is 90,000. Again we have to charge 10% for the whole year, so it will become 9,000. And what question says? Question says that B brought rupee 1,000 as additional capital. How much amount? Only 1,000. So on this 1,000 we have to charge 10%. But for how many months? Same. For from he also brought on 1st July, so 1st July to 31st March, 9 months gap. So we have to charge 10% on 1,000 for 9 months only. So solve it. 3 4 0 0 0 25 3 ja 75. So interest on capital of B, interest on capital of B, 9,000 plus 75, so total becomes 9,075. Interest on capital of B. So moving towards the next example. In this again we will add some extra information. This is third example of interest on capital. So suppose this time X and Y are partners having capital 3 lakh and 4 lakh. Having capital 3 lakh and 4 lakh on 31st March 2020. Profit during the year, profit during the year, rupee 1 lakh. Profit sharing ratio of the partners is 3:2. It means this 1 lakh will be distributed between the partners in ratio 3:2. So this becomes 60,000 and 40,000. When you will divide this 1 lakh into 3:2, it will become 60,000 and 40,000. So profit ratio is this one. Drawing during the year, drawing during the year, rupee 12,000 and rupee 16,000 respectively. Calculate interest on capital at the rate 9% per annum. Books closes on. There is no information, forget it. So you have to calculate interest on capital in this case also. So what we have to do this time? So read the question carefully. In this question, X and Y capital is 3 lakh and 4 lakh, which is given on 31st March 2020, and we all know that 31st March is the closing date. And initially I already informed you that we have to we have to pay interest on opening capital. We have to pay interest on opening capital, while in this question capital is given but it is closing capital because date is closing. So for opening capital the formula is closing capital plus drawing minus additional capital minus profit. So apply this formula. So first we have to calculate opening capital of X. So what is the closing capital of X? It is 3 lakh. What is the drawing of X? So here it is, drawing during the year rupee 12,000, rupee 60,000 respectively, which means 12,000 is for X, 16,000 is for Y. So drawing of X is 12,000. minus additional capital. So there is no information in the whole question about the additional capital, so we will assume it 0. This thing I already informed you in class 11th कि whenever additional capital is not given, we can easily assume it 0. Minus profit. So profit for the firm, profit of the firm is profit during the year is rupee 1 lakh. Profit of the firm is rupee 1 lakh. So divide this 1 lakh into 3:2. So how you will divide? 3 lakh into 3 by 5. So 60, 63 ja, sorry, not 3 lakh. Profit is 1 lakh. So 5 divided by 1 lakh, 20. 23 ja, 60,000. So profit of X is 60, which means profit of Y will be 40. So profit of X and Y is 60,000 and 40,000. 60,000 and 40,000. So opening capital of X 3 lakh plus drawing minus additional capital minus profit. Follow this formula. So profit of X is 60,000. So deduct it here. So the total will be 3 plus 12, 312 minus 60. So it becomes 2,52,000 is the opening capital of X. Opening capital of X. Similarly, we have to calculate the opening capital of Y also. So in case of Y also, we have to follow the same formula. Closing capital plus drawing minus additional capital minus profit. So the closing capital of Y is 4 lakh plus drawing of Y is 16,000. Drawing of Y is 16,000 minus additional capital, which is also not given. So in this case also we will assume it 0, minus opening capital, and we have already calculated it as rupee 40,000. So minus 40,000. So it becomes 4 lakh plus 16 minus 40. So the balance will be 3,76,000. 3,76,000. So opening capital of X and Y we have already calculated. Now we just have to simply pay interest on capital. So this we are calculating for X. So what is the opening capital of X? It is 2,52,000. What is the rate of interest? It is 9% per annum. So 9%. Solve it. You will get your answer 0. It will become 22,680. Same calculated for B also, Y also, interest on capital of Y. So the opening capital of Y is 3,76,000. So put it here, 376 into 9%. So 20 से 20 cancel, 0, 6 9 54 का 4, carry over 5, 9 7 जा 63 plus 5 68 का 8, carry 6, 9 3 जा 27 plus 6 33. So it becomes 33,840. So in this way you can calculate the interest on capital. Now only one topic is left in which your answer will come into minus. That topic I will tell you a little bit after informing you the top format of profit and loss appropriation account. So till that time, just solve these type of questions from your book. So here we are going to read the questions one by one. So if you have any problem in any question, just send me the message. I will solve you and I will make a video on that question also. So the question number 35 of interest on capital, it is last year book. So in new book, maybe question number it will be 38, 39 and so on. So the question is, A and B are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:2. This is your ratio, profit sharing ratio. Having capital balances rupee 50,000, rupee 40,000 on 1st April 2018. So date is 1st April 2018. What is the date?